Welcome to another Friday continuing education class. My name is Juana and I host our Friday classes. So welcome. I am going to give the majority of the time to our guest speakers, Jamin and Nalani. As you can tell, they have their slides up and they're ready to go. So take it away, guys.
Hi, everyone. I know some of you guys here. My name is Alani. This is Jamin, my husband.
We are doTERRA Wellness Advocates, and Nalani has been helping people with their health for many years, sharing all of the experience that she's gained as a massage therapist, holistic health coach, homeschooling mom, and my beautiful wife. Together, we are currently raising 5 children and are passionate about education. We want them and all of you to feel empowered in their lives. So we commend you for attending today, this continuing education class that Mapuana generously provides each week. So before we begin, let's take a minute to get settled into our spaces.
You might want to grab your favorite oil. We're using frankincense today. So we're going to invite you just to notice the chair or the seat that you're sitting in and focus your attention on your bottom, your pelvic, your hips. Just feel your bum kind of being supported by wherever you're sitting. Notice how it feels to have your pelvis supported by the seat. And notice what your body's doing. Maybe your breath wants to lengthen or shorten. Your feet might feel the impulse to sit flat on the floor. Your spine might lengthen. We're just allowing our body to arrange itself comfortably in the space that you're in. And then we're going to apply a drop of our favorite oil into our hands. There we go.
Thank you. All right, now let's begin.
So our bodies are remarkably complex. There's numerous systems that are working together to maintain optimal health and function. And one important system that often gets overlooked, in my opinion, is the autonomic nervous system. It's commonly known as our stress response, and it's a vital part of our communication system. It connects every part of the body with our brain, transmitting signals back and forth. So think of it as an information highway. So well-regulated nervous system is going to ensure that our body can adapt to changes in our environment, outside, but also internally, so that we can maintain balance or homeostasis. So really the foundation of all healing is to begin to understand our autonomic nervous system and bring regulation into it. It has one primary function, and that's to stay safe. At all costs, its function is keep us safe. It's essentially a built-in self-protection system. So for example, if I suffer an injury or a break, my autonomic nervous system is going to come to my aid. It's going to send messages through a bundle of nerves up to my brain, and I'll feel or experience that as pain. This is not a cognitive function. Instead, it happens in seconds. I don't have to break my arm and think, oh man, that's going to hurt. I feel it instantaneously. Similarly, if I were walking down the street and suddenly a big dog jumps out and starts barking aggressively at me, I'm going to instantly probably stop, and I won't think, should I run away? What should I do? No, because my nervous system is perceiving danger, and so it's going to call on dysregulation, and it's going to actively self-protect by mobilizing me into action, and I'll run away. This is a really important thing to understand about our nervous system. Dysregulation is simply active self-protection. So when we sense danger, we can take the appropriate steps to be safe. And once we're safe, then we can return to regulated states, which is where we can think through the situation and problem solve. So dysregulation, again, is just active self-protection. When we're facing a real danger or threat, this is a brilliant adaptive response. so that we can be safe, right? However, if our body doesn't yet know that we're safe and it's actually perceiving danger or threat when there is no real danger or threat, dysregulation could still happen for us, and we still might experience symptoms that don't actually match the situation. So, for example, that big dog that jumped out at me, let's say instead it was a little French bulldog, which I like those. And they're so cute, and it's wagging its tail. The owner's friendly, has a leash. And I think, oh, I love those dogs. And I take a step towards the dog to pet them. Because of my past experience with dogs, which may have been scary, I could take a step forward, and yet the dog might make a sudden move and my hand might jerk away. That's called dysregulation, active self protection. And it's based not on the situation at hand. I'm not in danger, but it's my own perception of the situation. So that's how brilliant our autonomic nervous system is. At the root of all dysregulation is that our nervous systems don't think that we are yet safe, either because we are one, in real danger, or two, it's perceived danger based on our experience. So, what does our nervous system do? It calls on dysregulation. Again, active self protection, which, again, in the case of real threat, would be appropriate. But if our system doesn't yet know that we're safe to have the things that we're desiring, then every time we take a step towards that thing, it is going to stop us in the form of dysregulation. And this can include things like improved health, or maybe intimacy in our relationships, being seen, heard, speaking up, expressing our feelings. It starts to become really clear why dysregulation matters. When we are in real danger, we need our nervous system to call on dysregulation to keep us safe. But we also need our nervous system to be working optimally so that we can then return to more regulated states in our nervous system. Meaning our nerve function has to be strong and healthy because it's essentially the vehicle that our nervous system uses to transmit all that communication, all the data about the situation. So if we have a well-balanced nervous system, then we grow our capacity to move with ease into states of dysregulation, back into states of regulation. That's really the goal. So let's talk about some symptoms of dysregulation. You might be thinking, do I experience dysregulation? There are more than these, but these are a few common ones that we thought we'd throw up. If you're experiencing a lot of overwhelm, a lot of irritability, being very reactive, you might have some dysregulation going on. If you suffer from chronic pain and illness, these are also symptoms. Or being highly sensitive to sensory stimuli. That's one for me. Bright lights, loud noises, strong scents. If you experience sleep problems, daytime fatigue, chronic attention and concentration problems, sometimes cravings and extreme appetite changes could be symptoms of dysregulation as well. Immune and hormonal symptoms. Skin and gut conditions are very common too. And here's one that I've struggled with a lot too, being highly sensitive to other people's emotional states. So, what are some of the common causes of dysregulation? Let's take a look at those. Obviously, a lot of things are going to influence and impact this, right? Chronic stress, trauma, traumatic experiences, adverse childhood experiences.
Yeah, I think these are three of the ones that that we've been affected by a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe Mapu can do a class another time around these three, and we can talk more in depth about them, I think.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But today we're going to mainly focus on the next three common causes.
Yes, we're going to focus on genetics, lifestyle factors, and underlying health conditions.
Yeah, and a product that we all know and love, VMG.
Mhm.
So VMG is one that I really appreciate. Since I've been taking it, I can definitely see the benefits in it. I love coffee. I can typically drink coffee all throughout the day. But since I've taken VMG, I've noticed my cravings have changed. I didn't even realize I had the craving for coffee, but it's changed. And now I'm usually done with 2 cups of coffee in the morning. So things like poor diet, lack of physical activity, and inadequate sleep can disrupt our normal functioning of our nervous system. And in particular, stimulants like coffee or caffeine and alcohol.
That's another big one for us because we both work at home. And so around the 3 o'clock hour, we're like, I think it's time for a drink.
Yeah, so certain medications can also overstimulate the nervous system and lead to dysregulation also.
Yeah, genetic factors can really predispose individuals to a dysregulated nervous system. And there's certain gene variations that can make us more susceptible to stress and anxiety. Here's one example on the screen. Most of you have heard about this. It's the MTHFR gene, which is an enzyme that is essential in processing certain B vitamins. So when there's a mutation of this gene, then the enzyme is compromised and it hinders the metabolism of the B vitamin. And quick fact, this mutation actually affects, I think, about 40% of the population. And 90% of those who are affected are not even aware that it's happening. So that's why we love this product. This is where pre-methylated B vitamins come into play because these vitamins are already in their active, ready to use forms. And that makes them easily absorbed and used. Optimal absorption and effectiveness is then put for everybody, even if you have this. But how does this relate to a dysregulated nervous system? Well, each nerve has a protective coating known as a myelin sheath. Much like the sheath of an electrical cable, it acts as insulin for transmitting messages through the nerve. And worn out myelin sheaths have been associated with major imbalances in the body. Folate, for example, is used to protect nerves from chemical damage. If we give our nervous system then the things that it needs to perform optimally, the communication that's sent through the body to the brain and back will help us to more easily adapt in times of stress. So think in terms of building our capacity for coming into states of dysregulation and coming back into states of regulation with greater ease. Taking VMG Plus every day then can potentially fill the nutrient deficiencies that are associated with a dysregulated nervous system.
That's awesome. So let's move on now to good fats.
Good fats. Okay, good fats create a healthy brain and healthy nerve tissue. In fact, it's the main ingredient in the insulation of nerves and a large component of the myelin sheath that coats the neurons, which then grants us the capacity to think and reason and even to move, mobilize. So enter, dysregulation, get away, or self-protection. Supplementation of omega-3 fatty acids becomes really important. Taking the new E omega plus daily can provide just the right kind of support that our nervous system might be needing. And in case you didn't know, they added wild orange oil to the combination, which really is great because it takes away a lot of that fishy flavor that you would get in a potent, high quality omega.
We love oils, and we love
Wild orange.
wild orange. Yes, one
Yeah,
of our
that is.
favorites.
Yeah, that's our other favorite oil. But plus, in addition to that, research has been being done right now that the wild orange addition even helps improve the efficacy of the omega 3s themselves. So this is a really great product to be taking.
Thanks. That's awesome. So far, we reviewed the importance of constantly using 2 supplements, VMG and E omega. So now we're going to move on to gut health. And because our brain talks to our gut, that's important. So if you ever had that gut feeling, you experienced this communication. It's also the thought of an exciting event that can make you feel like you got butterflies in your gut, or while the thought of something dreadful might feel like gut wrenching. That's what's happening. So it's how the feeling in your gut can influence your decision making, and as in the phrase, "Go with your gut."
Yeah, because your brain communicates with all of your body through nerves, through the nervous system. But your brain and your gut are like best friends. They talk about all kinds of things, from practical things, physical matters, emotional ones. This kind of feedback loop is actually happening throughout the whole body, but it's especially strong between your brain and your gut. More information passes between your brain and your gut than any other body system. And that's because there's more nerve cells in your gut than anywhere else in your body besides your brain. So often, deep rooted inflammation can get lodged somehow in the gastrointestinal system. And that's why it's really important to keep it cleansed so that all those essential biological processes can happen and can flourish. Probiotic and prebiotic supplements can encourage this kind of healthy activity. And as you can see, doTERRA provides a really high quality microbiome supplement with PB Restore Probiome Complex. I really, really love this product. Um, Again, this a healthy gut is essential to so many systems of the body, but especially to the autonomic nervous system. Some of the most frequent symptoms of dysregulation tend to be because of poor gut health. And I know from my own experience, the list that I shared, um, I tend to be highly sensitive to other people's emotions, highly sensitive to sensory stuff. And since I've been tending more to my gut health and using this product, it's gotten so much better. It made a huge impact on those symptoms. It's like my nervous system's like, oh wait, other people's feelings aren't that dangerous. You don't have to get dysregulated and have a gut wrenching tummy ache. Like it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we love this product too for those same reasons. So thank you. But I think this has helped our family for the most with our nervous system regulation. Is the oils themselves.
Agreed. Our absolute favorite oil is frankincense oil. And that happens to be this month's promotion, which is so cool. When you buy 200 PV, you get a whole bottle for free, which is an insane deal because it's usually $79. Um, and interestingly, too, it's listed as one of the top oils to support our nervous system on the doTERRA website.
And Mapu's going to drop the link for that website in the chat for you to check it out.
Remember that our nervous system is actually subcortical, which means it's below the thinking cognitive function part of the brain. And although these areas work together, when our nervous system senses danger, it's going to call on dysregulation to actively self protect. And when that happens, we tend to lose access to the reasoning part of the brain. This is actually a good thing because when we're in danger, we don't really have time to stop and reason everything out, right? The main goal is to be safe. But it's not ideal when we are, in fact, simply perceiving danger when there isn't any danger at all. And that's why when people suffer from things like anxiety and panic attacks, although there's those are valid things and there could be really valid reasons for that. Sometimes when we're in those situations, a quick, fast acting thing that you can do to help your system to come back into regulation is to simply use an essential oil. Of course, that won't fix the whole problem necessarily. You still have to come back, right? But once we're experiencing safety again in the body, then we can easily move into, again, those more regulated states where we have access to the cognitive functioning parts of the brain and we can then problem solve. It's from a regulated state that we can make meaning of situations, reflect, and problem solve. That's really, really important to remember about our nervous system. So, the simple act of using oils to bring us out of dysregulation can be a really empowering step for a lot of us. So, in addition to using your supplements and using your oils, we can start to begin talking to our nervous system in a way that it understands. Remember that the language of our nervous system is a felt sense, it's an embodied experience, it's not verbal. So we have to show, not tell our nervous system that it's safe because it doesn't always understand the verbal language. Again, I found oils to be a great starting point at healing in this way.
Nice. So, in review, what is dysregulation? Simply put, it's active self protection in response to danger or threat.
Yep. A healthy, well balanced nervous system is able to easily move into states of dysregulation, but back into more regulated states as well. If our nervous system becomes overwhelmed, it can get stuck in chronic states of dysregulation, which, as we learned today, can have a profound impact on every organ and system in the body.
So, what can you do better to support your nervous system? Continue to give your body what it needs nutritionally. doTERRA so generously provides us with these great products. And as a reminder, these are the most cost-effective ways to get them, as you see on the chart there.
We hope that this has served as a good starting point for each of you guys to consider your own unique nervous system and building your capacity around knowing where you are and how to operate it. We encourage you to take advantage of the resources that Mapu put in the chat. We're leaving you with a really great link to check out to a somatic experiencing practitioner that I've worked with personally. And you can get a lot of great information on her YouTube channel for free. She has a lot of great free resources as well. And then if you want to stay in contact with us, or if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to chat.
Thank you.
Yay, what a what a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, you guys. I dropped all of the links in the chat that you sent to me. So the first one is You Make Sense with Sarah B. Coaching, correct? And then the second one is a link to a doTERRA blog about the nervous system. And then the last link is to Nalani and Jamin's Instagram account. So go follow them there and learn more about all the things that they have to offer. Okay, so I am going to now open it up for questions, comments, and thoughts. There you go. Let me remove the pin and see who everybody that is here. Okay, now I'm on gallery screen so I can see everybody. All right. Questions, thoughts? Just go ahead and unmute yourself and share. We have just a few more minutes.
I just wanted to say thank you. That was very informative. And I really like the information. Love me some Frank and BMG.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, thank you for joining, Donna. I'm not sure if you've joined us before, but we're here for 30 minutes every Friday talking
Oh.
about good doTERRA stuff and lifestyle. So welcome.
Thank you. This is my first time. I didn't realize you had this. So thank you for offering it.
You're welcome.
I'm on Doc Hannah's team.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
I was gonna just say that I was with you guys, with your sister Nalani and you one time, and it's so amazing how, like, when you focus on your feelings a little bit, and she gave me like an oil to smell, and it just brought on all these emotions, and so it's really amazing what the oils can do when they're working with trying to figure out when you're working with trying to figure out your emotions. So I was just gonna comment that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy. Yes, it is fun when we get together in person and we do this type of deep work and thought process and take the time. to actually break out our oils and do some work, right? Do some real deep emotional work. Anyone else want to share?
I'd like to share a few things with about the omegas, if y'all can hear me.
Yes, we could hear you, Hector. How are
Yeah.
you?
Good, thanks. Just want to encourage y'all to keep doing these classes. These are pretty awesome. But I've been doing the omegas. I had some recent knee pain, like real bad. I couldn't even get on my knee. So I just been taking. I haven't been taking no. I have not been taking any of the VMGs lately. So all I've done was omegas for 3 weeks in a row, and there have been some significant changes. Like I even sleep better. I'm sharper. Um, just the omegas. I think I'm hooked. I think I'm addicted. But the omegas have such a lot of they're so powerful, you know, and we don't know that we need them till like we need them, you know. So I think y'all doing this education is pretty awesome. I want to encourage y'all to keep doing it. So I've been seeing some benefits. I'm gonna keep buying omegas. I just ran out, so Jenny right there, she's gonna order some more soon. But y'all just keep it up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hector. We will. Can't wait to see you in March in San Antonio.
Oh yeah, that'd be sweet.
So nice to hear testimonials from people about those particular products, right? The VMG, the Omegas, Restore, and Frankincense. So those are foundational to any type of health changes. And in January, we are starting a VMG challenge. So if you're interested in joining that, it's only a 30-day challenge. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram page so that we could inspire one another. And there's going to be lots of free gifts and ideas and inspiration. So reach out to the person who invited you to the class and we can get you those links so that you can join. Okay. I think that is it. We are running a little bit early. Next week, the 27th, we will not be here. We're taking a break. And then we're starting out in January really strong with promotions on the 3rd and foundational wellness. So we might be going into a little bit more detail on each one of these products. We're going to be having some guest speakers as well. So we have a lot to look forward to in 2025. So thank you for joining us again here on Friday. Have a great weekend and don't forget to oil up. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.